What's going on, man? Pastor D checking in, man. As y'all can see, we got some new scenery here. Your boy is live in the ATL. I'm in the very room I grew up in, and I'm so excited. One, because it's a lot of memories in this bad boy, but two, y'all already know what time it is. You see the clock. It's 3:30, baby. And you know what it is. No cap youth chat. Today's edition, though. And I'm so scared today because I got some of the most powerful ladies in the ministry right now. These ladies getting ready to transition out. And so I got a lot of questions that need answers. And what better way than to bring in the student female leaders of House of Hope Atlanta. And so listen, man, we finna have fun today. Like I said, let me go ahead and put the disclaimer out there. All the fellas, look, I'm gonna hold us down. Pastor D gonna hold us down. But just know I'm about to take some hits for all the fellas out there. So just remember this. Just remember your boy took them hits for you. But without further ado, man, y'all seen these ladies on the show time and time again. I love every single time they get on because they be dropping gems. They be spitting their heat. And man, they just be real, raw, authentic. And y'all already know what that's what this show is all about, man. Letting students do what they do, speak up, and just be raw and authentic, man. So look, let's get started. Like I said, I'm afraid, so y'all pray for your boy. But look, let's get started, man. Y'all know these ladies, man. You know we got Liana on this show. We got Mia and Amaya on this show. And then I was able to track down my girl Jada. So look, we got these super young ladies in the house. They representing my new transitional students who are getting ready to go off to college. So let's get this thing started, man. What's up, ladies? How y'all doing, man?
Hey.
There they go, man. So as y'all can see, y'all know these familiar faces, man. Y'all been asking for them. Y'all been sending messages and commenting on how they be dropping that fire. Y'all done seen them on all the shows. So look, today's edition, like I was going to focus on that black girl magic, but talking to them prior as we was getting ready for the show, like I got a lot of questions because your boy got a 2-year-old daughter and she thinks she run me. She don't. I'm the boss. I'm the law, right? But sit here talking to these ladies, I don't know jack, right? So look, welcome, ladies. How y'all doing, man? First off, we've been seeing each other all weekend, but it's always good to see y'all. Got Liana in the house. What's up, Lee? How you doing? Talk to the people.
Hey.
Hey, I got Mia and Amaya in the house. Mia, I'm about to bust out with these. She got 7 bonnets on, y'all. 7 bonnets, but it's all good. There she is. What's happening?
Sir, that hair is not even. And then
Don't do that. Don't do that. We had the discussion.
Is it okay?
Fellas, listen. No, you know what? No, you know what? Don't worry about it. Jada, I got my lawyer in the house, Jada here representing. And once I get in legal trouble, because I'm about to have to go at Mia today, I'm calling my girl Jada to get me out of jail, right? So, listen, first off, fellas, you know, your boy looking homeless, but it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Because I can still, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, you felt me, fellas. Anyway, I'll tease it. So, yeah, it's been rough, man. I've been stuck in Atlanta since last Friday with one outfit. Cause your boy, listen, the devil been after me. I done been sick twice. I done been in isolation. My car breaks down. My wife's car breaks down. You know what I'm saying? So look, I don't know, man. I think something big coming, man. Something big coming. When Mama told me to play the lottery. Huh?
You did not
What'd you say?
Sick.
You didn't tell me you been sick.
Man, listen, y'all. Man, listen. I took 3 coronavirus tests. They all came back negative. But your boy was in isolation for like 5 days, man, where I couldn't even be around my kids, my wife. I wound up doing isolation in my son's room. So it was me and my son's turtle and we got real
I was
acquainted.
gonna
We got
say, you want to play some spades,
we got real acquainted.
play
But
some
listen, I got y'all beautiful, amazing African American queens on the show today because I got questions that need answers. So y'all know I got a baby girl, a 2-year old. I'm the boss, but she thinks she the boss. And this is my first time we in that stage where she just she is very independent. And so I just want to ask some questions to y'all because I trust y'all. Y'all have grown. Y'all have experienced things. Y'all done driven y'all fathers and them up the wall. You know what I'm saying? But I just got questions because I got to prep ahead of time. I got 4 gray hairs from my 2-year old right now. And so I need to know. Now, first off, let me just go ahead and jump on Mia right now. I got why you got 12 bonnets on? I just want to know.
Sit 'em on.
First
Sit
of
'em
I
on.
want
all,
to know
it's
why you
two.
got 72,
It's two.
72 bonnets.
And
Ladies, why you I know earlier you said you got one bonnet for one thing. Now my wife done gave my baby a bonnet, but my baby keep throwing her bonnet off to the side. I think her head hot, but I don't know. But you got a bonnet and then another bonnet and then a scarf. Like, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of that? This is daddy
okay,
that's got questions.
okay, the scarf is to lay the top part. The bonnet
Lay the
is to
top.
secure the rest. And
Mm-hmm.
then I have on another bonnet just in case, because this one's loose, and so I have a tighter one on so nothing gets messed up. You know how you lay your hair, like when dudes they want to get the waves, they put the grease and then they brush and they put all that time and effort into them waves, and then they lay it
Mm-hmm.
down. It's to keep it intact. It's to keep it right, keep it tight,
But
keep
we
it
got we
fresh.
got we got one do rag.
No,
You
no,
got wave
you got
hat
the casting and you got
No.
the do
actual do
rags.
rag.
You got the
Don't do us.
you
You
got
got
y'all
one
got
do rag.
multiple, just like dude, just like females.
I'm about to say
But I'm
you
saying
have one. The real
You
swimmers
don't have
got
the
two.
waves.
He put
no,
the
You
cap
are
no.
on and he put the do rags
I'm
on.
on my ground. We got one do rag.
No,
You
y'all
got
No,
don't.
y'all got
72.
I
Y'all
know.
get
uh,
do
I know.
rags.
Y'all
Y'all
no,
have
no,
do
no.
rags.
And then y'all collect colored do rags and
Exactly.
y'all put them on with different outfits. And y'all just wear
why
them
you
just because they look stylish,
why,
but when y'all take it off, ain't no waves, ain't nothing
but
swimming
why
on
you
that
talking
head.
with your
It's just
hands?
straight.
Why you
Just
talking
no,
why you talking with your hands?
so I can put it in motion how bad that is. You get what
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Okay.
saying? I
I
think the
just
fellas get
okay.
what I'm saying too. They just wear them because
Okay.
it's stylish and
No,
it's a
no,
new
no. First
trend
off,
or
ain't
whatever.
no fellas
Hey,
on. I'm the only fella on here to
women
defend the
for
fellas.
purpose. Women uses it for purpose. Men is using it for fashion.
Okay, so let me
Exactly.
ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this, because I need to know this. So I'm gonna save the man question for later, because right now my daughter can't even look at nobody in a pull up. So for y'all, for y'all being, for y'all getting ready, all of y'all getting ready to go to college. I got Jada, Liana going to the Albany State University. I got me and Amaya getting ready to head off to Clayton State. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna ask. As a dad, I was taught that as I grew up, you're supposed to, when you're dating women or you're talking to girls, you got to think about your mama, your sister, and how you would treat them in order to treat the one that you dating and all that. You guys, y'all out the high school, y'all at the high school games, dating for a week, break up, dating for 2 days, break up. Y'all get ready to transition, man. So, what's gonna happen in college? Like y'all gonna if y'all gonna date, like what does that look like? I need to
Okay,
know just in case I got to bring my guns to y'all
this is my
college
point.
and act the fool.
I feel like the person that I feel like I should be treated as a queen. So I know that like in my age, like a lot of these boys is not trying to be treated no female as no queen. And I'm not finna settle for less when I know there's kings out there. So
Okay.
we can be friends and like that's it. But like as far as dating and taking it seriously and you meeting my family, no, like no.
So when you say treated like a queen, what does that look like?
What you mean?
The way you treat your mom
wife and your mama. Look, if you can't treat it the same way, if you treat your mama on a higher pedestal, baby, just because I'm not your mama, we close. We close. So you sleep in my bed, right? I cook.
Wait, hold on. First off,
right?
it better not be nobody sleeping in your bed.
But as your girlfriend, as your whoever,
no,
you ain't
it better not
home
be
to your
nobody
mama.
sleeping in your bed. See, I'm already telling
you. If I'm your girl, you gotta never see the same respect that you gonna treat your mom.
My father has never put me second. Why would I let another boy think he's gonna put me second like this? I just know how I should be. None of these boys is doing it. Like, they don't even open the door for no female. Like, were you raised in a barn? Like, hello.
Like, I can attest on that. My stepdad, he always opens the door for my mom.
Yeah, it's a simple thing.
There's this one time I told him, do not open the doors for me because I got it. I can open my door myself. He's like, I'm going to let you know now. I open doors, so I don't care if you don't want me to open your door. I'm going to still open it anyways because that's how I was raised.
Exactly. I was like, even when it's pouring raining outside, we got groceries on our hands. You know what my dad would do?
Yeah.
We're into the car to pull up.
Okay, just it. Ain't none of these young men out here filling no gas tank. They not filling them no. Hello, are you going to get my oil change? Like,
are you finna pay for the meal? You gonna put the tip in?
That's what I'm saying.
Really?
I mean, not that I'm
really? These boys out here and these men.
I can open my own door.
It's not it these days. You remember back in the day when the dudes used to be so nice and gentleman-like, and then now it's like
we got the bad ones.
Everybody want to be ghetto. All the boys want to be hood.
Everybody want to be hood. Everybody want to be gay. Everybody want to be.
I'm wearing a person.
Every dude wants to be from Zone 6, but you stay in Fulton County. Stay in Fulton County.
Like, can I have a nice strong suit?
I need him to wear ties every day. Yes, this is how he dresses.
So I need a dude that can blow me off my feet and put a smile on my face 24/7.
Who smiles for 24 hours? See, y'all.
That's the issue. That's the issue. If you with somebody, you should always be on my mind. There's not to be not a day goes by I should not be thinking about you. So of course, if I'm gonna smile, I'm gonna be like, oh, what you smile about? Man, you know, just something about this boy that just makes me want to smile all the time. If you don't have that mentality, then you're not the one for nobody. So
no, y'all not gonna put all this pressure on the fellas. Talking about some think about y'all 24/7. You don't even think about them 24/7.
No, the dudes want us to cook, clean, know how to do this, know how to do that. Do you know how to cut the grass? You know how to put a TV on the wall?
You was useless.
That's what I'm saying.
You want us to do all this? Y'all know the basic necessities of what a dude has to do that he was supposed to be taught by his father? I don't think so.
Y'all want top-notch females but be bottom of the barrel fellas. I'm confused.
That's confusing. Crazy. That's crazy.
Crazy. I'm sorry. I'm not picking up no boy.
No,
okay, so look, let me break this down.
If the mother has not done the job that she has needed to do to raise a good son, I'm not finna do that. That's too much time. That's too much energy. That's too much toxicness. No.
But you just said, and I quote, but you just said you want them to.
No.
Hey, you look at Michelle said you can't raise a man.
What did she say? I don't want no scrubs. I don't want no scrubs.
Exactly.
I don't. Wow. Do hanging out the passenger side of the police car trying to holler at me.
Like, at this age.
But I'm okay. All right. So, ladies, hold on.
I can still be really trying, like,
because y'all put.
But y'all put.
Do y'all understand how much pressure that is? Like all the stuff that y'all just named.
It's so much pressure on the females.
We gotta look right. We gotta smell right. We gotta
y'all
do
want,
this.
Y'all want everything to be perfect. Everything.
Okay, so
let
let me simplify this. Okay, so let's backtrack. Let me ask y'all some questions, because y'all went from he got to treat me like a queen, treat me like his mama, and then y'all wound up saying I ain't your mama. So it's like, what? All right, so what is
that's what I'm
when
saying.
you think about it is, and
I want the
I
respect that you give your mom, but you don't have to treat me like her. I want the respect that you give her. If that is two different things, then something's wrong. There's something completely wrong right there.
I want the respect my dad give me from a boy. Okay, because I'm
okay. But see, that's going to be very difficult. That's going to be very difficult to find. And when I say difficult, it's not going to be hard to find. But if you looking for like the way that I treat my wife and my daughter, I'm one of those that I'll open the door. I'll date I took my daughter on a date, and she's only 2, but I want to get her in the right mentality of this is what it looks like, right, from a male. So I understand what you're saying as far as like whoever I date or talk to should mimic the example of what my dad or what my male influence mimic, right? But then if that guy, like for me, I didn't grow up with my biological dad to teach me certain things. Now, my Dukes was a beast. My Dukes made sure that one of the things that she taught me growing up was she wanted to make sure that I wasn't dependent on a female. And what that looked like was she was like, I don't want you to ever get into the mentality of categorizing that females cook, clean, and X, Y, and Z, and you do X, Y, and Z, right? So it was a different way of being raised for me. Now, as you guys getting ready to transition to the next level, I know we was clowning earlier where, Jada was like, she ain't dating nobody in college and all of that. Like when you guys go to this next level, it's different. I mean, it's different because it's the reality is you're getting y'all. We've talked about it before. Y'all are getting ready to step in where it's so many different people from across the U.S. Some people coming from other countries, and it's gonna be somebody that catch your eye in college, right? And vice versa. And so the difference now is y'all are on your own, right? Y'all are, y'all have experienced the good and the bad from high school, so you know what you like and what you don't like, right? And now you're getting ready to transition to college. So my first question is, and I'm gonna use the strong L word, like I know there's a difference between like and love, right? So what is the definition from your point of view? Because I think with your generation, what we see on social media and like the music we hear, like I know a lot of the females are after Meg the Stallion. So Meg can go from bashing guys, but then example wise, she a ride or die with the dude that she's dating. You know what I'm saying? And so for y'all, what's the different, like how is it difficult for your generation to distinguish the like I like you versus I love you? And if so, what's the definition of that? Because I know each generation has its own version or definition of love. Um, but like with you all, like watching, like when we was talking earlier, like y'all was saying, like, I ain't got time for none of these dudes because they aren't serious. Jada made mention of I'm dating to marry, which I think was just it was funny to me because I'm like, you got some time. So what does that mean? So what's the difference?
I'm not looking for nothing serious. It's like me in my mind, like I'm just so going into my future and what I want my thing to look like. And me as a person, I don't like to be like, I'm not like the one to like the emotion, type thing. So me, I'm gonna do whatever not to get my heart broken. So that whole like I like you, I could get not like you at all. Like, you wear your socks
So
backwards. I don't like you.
how you gonna prevent getting your heart broken though?
What do you mean? I just
I'm
don't
curious.
like you. Like, period. That's just it. I don't get them a chance. I don't like them, and we just be friends. Like, that's just me. I'm just not trying to. I know that I'm not trying to do any of that. Yeah.
Right.
If I find a
So
female, if I find a person that all right, maybe I seen him. He's studying the same thing I'm studying. Oh, well, you might be my new babe. But other than that, like, no.
But my question is, okay, you see your king, y'all studying the same thing, and that might be bae right there. How do you prevent heartbreak? Like, do you like, are you like a one and done, like one striking you out, or do you give an opportunity for him to like correct his mistakes or take responsibility for mistakes? Because there are some females out there that like, if he tells a small lie, they cut him off.
I'm one and done. Like,
I'm not like,
because I'm
for me,
straight up person. I'm a straight up person. I tell you the rules, you break it. It's like, it's a little part of me who be like,
Wait, hold on.
Like,
did you say you tell them rules? Did you
I'm
say you say?
I'm not saying rules, but I'm saying like I would be like, oh, I don't like liars. Like, that off the bat that I don't like liars. And so if the first thing you do is lie to me, I'm gonna sit here and look at you like, I just told you that I don't like liars. And
so that's a non-negotiable for you. So if they break your non-negotiable,
I don't want to like fall into like their weakness where I'm like, okay, if I let him slide this time, then he's not gonna do it again. But no, they always do it again. So like, I just gotta like, one and done.
So what's your?
I feel like things should be in a relationship: time, attention, and communication. If those can't be already installed in a relationship or in a talking stage at that, then there's no relationship.
I know for me, like when you were saying how like girls give like guys multiple chances, I was at the time with my first love. I actually loved this guy dearly. We were going on for 2 years, and it was stuff that he.
You talk about? You say you loved him?
Yeah, like I was like legit. That was like I could I can place it to what was like and what was love. I knew I loved him. I knew that with my heart. But the way he acted with his mom, when he acted around, like, he didn't like my sisters. He didn't like how, no, she didn't like how he was treating me like a lot. Even a lacrosse coach that I always used to stay in her office, like for weight training, even she said that he was toxic. He was toxic, verbally,
mentally. He was very mentally abusive.
If he didn't get the way he wanted, he'd take it out on himself, or he'd blame himself, talking about, oh, you're making me out to be the bad guy. You're making me do this. You're making me. No. We have an argument. We try to solve it. If we cannot be solved, then we'll find a different option. I have tried to where I tried to work it out with him. It didn't work. I sat up crying for days about this guy. I wasn't eating right. What else? What else happened? I tried to be friends with him. He still kept pushing and shoving on me. It got to a point where it was like I got tired of relationships and just putting myself out there because I don't want to, like, I still don't want to go through that again. So, like, even if I try to get with somebody, I make sure and I take steps and precautions to where I have my own safe space, to where it's like, if you do something, like on the first strike, you're out. I'm done. I'm blocking. There's no type of repercussion.
And that's like the difference between me and her, because for me, I like, after like seeing like so much in my life where like people have came in and out of my life, I never hold people accountable for that, because I'm like, you may have said you changed, so if you change, I'm gonna see what you're talking about. I'm gonna see your progress. But when you do slip up, that's when I'm gonna slowly but surely like distance myself. I don't let none of my past relationships dictate what my future, because I might end up messing up my own blessing. Because not all the times it's just gonna be that person. It might be my own, where I'll be like, oh dang, I did the same thing what I did to so and so. Dang, now I'm doing that to this person. He didn't even do anything. And so with my past relationships, you know, I try to be friends with everybody. I'm like, you know what? Cool. I'm not gonna be that one bad ex that's like, oh no, she crazy. Don't nobody like her. No, I'm gonna still be here. You need some advice for your future females. I'm gonna let it be known. I need to know from their perspective too. How was I as a girlfriend too? Because I want to know, what did I do wrong? What did I like? It's just not just so much of a. I don't want to have my past affect my future relationships, because if that's the case, then I'm gonna always be like, oh, you talking just how so and so did, you doing me just how so and so did. Like, I don't want that, because I feel like now males in this generation is like, they can't be emotional, and I don't like that.
I can attest to that right there.
Men in this generation is like, they just feel like they can't be emotional to females, and I don't like that, because like
can I tell you why?
Like, they're so close off to where it's like a tight fence.
Yeah, and that's nothing new. Like, okay, as a male representing, you have to remember we are all raised differently, right? So from a female standpoint, when I grew up, I was raised, all my cousins were girls. I was the only boy until like 20 something, when my uncle had sons. But there's two different ways that we're being raised, right? From a male perspective, from day one, like, I was raised by traditional guys. So if I cried as a kid, it was suck it up. Hey man, we don't cry. Stop that crying, right? Versus, as you all as females, you're given that safe space to let your emotions out. And I found myself doing that with my daughter and my son. Like, with my son, he initially like would cry. I'm like, hey man, what you crying for? We don't cry, toughen up. But I even had to step back with him, because I was like, wait, hold on, man, because emotions are okay. And so what you're feeling right now, you may not be able to verbalize, but I can see. So now if my son cries or something like that, my next step is to say, hey bud, you good. You can cry, you can do whatever you need to do, but then we not looking for you to just cry all the time or cry continuously, because I want you to have that safe space to show your emotions and verbalize, but it's all based upon how we've been raised up. My wife, honestly, we've been married now for 8 years. She had to do some work on me my first 2 years, because I had to see that it was okay it was like, I had to see that it was safe to be emotional around her, because it was something that I wasn't accustomed to doing. You know what I'm saying? So as you guys continue to grow, you're going to meet some of those guys who are advanced in that space, maybe because their parents raised them to be able to speak their mind, communicate, or be emotional or whatever. Then you're going to run into those people, those guys, and vice versa with some females, that depending upon how you was raised up, that's what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? And so patience and all of that. But I'm having this conversation and even listening to y'all, and I'm thinking about my 2-year-old daughter. So now I got a question as a father, like, for you all being young ladies, I'm a dad. When should I let my baby girl even talk about boys and boyfriends, just based off of how y'all
like? It's gonna come up at a young age, because
hold on, y'all all talking. Y'all talk. All right, Liana, like, I'll let you go. Like, so there's so many dads that I've talked to who's like one of my brothers-in-law said he didn't let my niece. He told her from jump, I don't want to hear nothing about a boyfriend until you're 16. Well, she's 16 this year, right? We want no dating, no none of that. Now, of course, I know we get to school, and we sneak it, that's boo. Your whole hands to your palms get sweaty, right? But like, what is, from you all's experience, and you all, having dads and stuff like that, when do you think dads out there should allow their daughters to date?
I'll let Liana talk.
Liana, you must be ready.
I mean, I would probably say around the 15, 16 age, because that's when you're entering high school. So that's the 9th and 10th grade, because you can't really, dads always want to say that, but you really can't prevent what happens when you drop them off at school. And you always want to create the relationship where you can open conversation so that they can around 16.
Interesting. Okay. So 15 and 16, entering high school, that's where, so basically between now and then, I need to be showing my baby girl all the positive qualities, X, Y, and Z's of males. And then when she hits 15, 16 and says, Dad, I like such and such, like, what should I do? I'm asking y'all because I remember females. Well, I remember females in high school where they would be like my cousins would say, Dad, you just being mean, or Dad, you won't let me do nothing, or you won't let me experience or have freedom. And I'm not sure if they understood why we would say no.
I don't think you should put an age on it and say, like, what age should I allow my daughter to date? I mean, like, of course, like, when you want to... No, I'm saying, like, I mean, I guess it is, like, where you raised, you really got to, like, let them know early. But I feel like you should just... I mean, you can, like, drop them off on their dates, to the movies or whatever, at, like, the age 17, 16, whatever, 16, that age. But it's, like, don't let her be afraid to like boys, because you don't want to have a relationship where she don't want to tell you because, oh, my dad said I can't have no boyfriend. Yeah, that's what my dad did. I don't do what I want to do. But, before that 16-year-old age, like, just be like, just let her know that she can always talk to you about that. And if she has boyfriends, like male friends, like don't try to shut them out either, because like it's nice to have like male friends that know your dad, because like then your dad can also see that point of view of oh yeah, you know what, this dude might be actually her friend. So yeah, just do that. So
it's just so much pressure. It's too much pressure.
Because it's like different for like our household, because our dad, he's like, he wants to know, like, he's like, I don't want my daughter just be like sneaking. Like, it makes no sense. Like, he's open to it. My dad is legit the dad that's like, so what's his name? I know you're not just up all night just just laughing at random videos. Like, who is it? Or like, he's like, I want y'all to go on dates. Like, I want you to bring your friend over to the barbecues and stuff like that. Like, I want to know who's entertaining my daughter's life. Like, I want to know who is that. Because it's like, it makes no sense, because my dad's not stupid. Like, no dad is stupid. So it might as well be comfortable with it.
So what runs through y'all's head when you first bring your male friends to meet your dad? Like, what runs through your head? Like, what's your fear? Y'all have learned by now I'm a little crazy, but like, what I'm just trying to prep myself, because I know I'm not going to be the perfect father, but I always like to learn from y'all, and I'm loving what y'all are talking about, like making sure that my daughter knows you can talk to me about anything. So for me, that's letting me know that as a dad, when she comes to you about the small things or the large things, like, take a moment to hear it before I respond, so that she knows, you can come and talk to daddy about anything, boys, even though I may joke and things like that. But I love to hear that, so I know that I don't ever, I guess, lock that bond up, like Jada said, like, because at that point I just do what I want to do, and you'll just find out later. Like, y'all know how bad that would hurt me as a dad. Whew.
Well, when you get the impression that, like, oh no, you're not having no boys, then it's like, you're setting yourself up as a dad to be like, well, dang, like, how could I be so blindsided? Like, don't do that, because like, if we're like, this is our thing. I feel like the boy thing is like a relationship with the mom. Like, oh, you're getting all that, look, yay. Yeah. And this for the dad's like, so who is this little punk? Like, don't do that, because like certain females, like for us, we're just like, dang, well, maybe we actually like him, dad. And
We understand.
Like,
you know what goes through our minds when y'all first start talking about boys? We instantly go back to like the first thing that comes out is how we acted and treated.
That's what I'm saying. Because I feel like y'all already like, oh yeah, I already know how this little boy is. The dude that we probably bring home could be a complete dork, and y'all just like, well, dang.
Oh, look, now he's not even. Now he learned. Like now he learned to be a dork.
Y'all are crazy. Y'all got issues. So when y'all first bring a guy home as a dad, what do you want me to do? Like, because my first thing is to size him up. You know, if I shake his hand, I'm gonna try to break it. You know what I mean? Like, so when y'all bring your dude home to meet your dad, like, what do you want your dad to do? Because I know some of y'all just be like this over the corner. Please don't scare him away, daddy. Please, like, I really like this guy.
You know
like,
what? I be thinking this, but the whole time I kind of want you to like not scare him, but like, yeah, you need to put some bass in your chest. Like, are you really? I'm a very outspoken person. My parents gonna look at me stupid if I'm outspoken and my man can't even speak up at the dinner table. Like, hello, like, yes, you need to be. You know what I'm saying? So like, I might not don't go too deep into the whole thing, but like, you could rough him up a little bit, like
rough him up, just find a happy medium to rough him up.
That's like you trying me as a lion. My dad, do you think I like lions? Like, really? You train me with that? Yeah, like, okay, yeah, do what you gotta do.
You said rough him up a little bit, but not too much, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I just got to make sure I got it in the notes. Got to take notes. Okay.
Because if
don't rough them up to the point where it's like,
he's gonna know not to mess with your. Make sure he's gonna know. Okay, her dad don't play these games. Let me try to be the example and not do that with her daughter. Now, some people do the opposite anyway. But if you're like that, you stand your ground and know how your daughter should be treated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm not necessarily worried about my dad because my dad's a very cool dude. Now, my mom, on the other hand, I'm worried about my mama. We don't know what she gonna say.
You don't know what she gonna say or do?
I'm not really worried about my dad. I feel like my dad was. I feel like with my dad, I feel like he's always been like this. Like, if you just be yourself and you don't try so hard, then you know you cool, we straight. But if you come here like, oh, hi, sir, like, how you doing? You do not talk like that. You do not act like that. I know you do not act like that. So do not try to come around my dad acting like that. Because he gonna spot that I'm like, yeah, this dude's corny. He's a joke. Why did you bring him? Like, my dad's gonna know that.
That's it. So how do y'all act when we first introduce you to my dukes? Do y'all change up?
I act
me?
Right.
I am Michelle Obama when she's in the room. Okay, I am
you turned into Michelle. Oh, you turned into Michelle Obama.
But I don't want his mom to think that I'm just some little weak girl who she's gonna bully. I want you to know that I also have my 2 feet, and I'm also a queen, just like how you are. And we both important in your son's life. So yeah, treat me with respect, and you'll get the same. That's
interesting. Okay, Michelle Obama.
I think any female would want to have that, like, oh yeah, like his mom likes me, like, because if you have a dude and they mama do not like you, it's very hard to be like opening up to them, like, oh hey, like, let's go out, let's get to know each other. Because when you have like that, it's always that one stubborn mom that's like, oh no, like no. Like, and that's very scary to females.
Nah, let me tell you something. Kimberly Monique Smith Talbot over here. It was one girl that I dated, and the first time my mama saw it, and she came on. My mom was cordial. My mama, she welcoming, she open. Man, after that girl left, my mama said, "Yeah, so I don't like her. Who?
Exactly. There's something about her. Like that."
But it was something. They say mom's intuition like dad's got the same. It was something that
if you can't your mama,
she saw. But the girl, but she ain't say it to the girl. She just told me. But it was like me and the girl didn't last maybe 2-3 weeks. but it was just something about her that kind of threw off.
Like, how long do you wait till you introduce?
Ooh, how long?
I'm
So
3
for
weeks. Like that fucking last. Like.
Right. You just
well,
don't pop out and be like, hey, yo, mom, this my girl. No, you don't even know what her favorite color is. And you're talking about, so let me introduce you to my mom.
Yeah, here she go.
Boy, you're not going to bash me for how I dated back in the day. This is not going to do. No, hey, you know what I'm saying?
So, if I had a son that did that, I would say you need to stop bringing these girls around here because I don't know if you're serious or you just playing. You need to bring girls that you actually serious with. I will say girls in and out having to introduce myself, talking about how are you, and then 2 weeks later you got a new female coming through my door. That's not how this works. You better stick to
my mama has only met out of all the girls I used to talk. My mama only met 4 of them. It was 1 in high school, 2 in college, and my wife. Now she didn't meet certain ones didn't make the cut. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew my parents weren't having it.
You said 4.
Yeah, it was only 4. It was only 4. But and so I know we know which ones. We know the time and when to introduce them to our parents. But then we also when I introduced my girl, those 4 girls to my mom, I sit back and I'm watching mom, because if mom's gives the she good, then that just takes it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? So me as a dad, are y'all expecting me to look at you and say, all right, he's straight? Like you want confirmation from me as a dad?
Yeah, give us something. Be like, you know how y'all males be having that face like, I need to see that. I need to see that. Don't stare at me like.
Or just let me make my own mistake.
No, I actually like to do.
Oh, don't do that. No.
I feel you, Jada. That's one thing. I respect that. Let you fall. But do you know how bad that would hurt me as a dad?
Yeah.
I'm gonna always be here for baby girl, right?
If I'm obviously dangerously in love, I might as well just go ahead and keep going so get my heart
dangerously in love.
I mean, I've never been dangerous. I've never been in love or anything. I've never did that. I'm just saying, I gotta make my own. I'm grown, so
She didn't hit me with the I'm grown. She didn't hit us with the I'm grown. That's interesting. Okay.
I feel like if you can't get past my friends or even I feel like it starts with the siblings. Because your siblings, they're going to be when you get attached, your siblings get attached more. They're like, oh, hey, I'm on the phone with so-and-so. And they're like, oh, yeah, let me talk to so-and-so. And whenever the siblings get it, your siblings going to tell you first they don't like them. That's how I did with hers. I'm like, no, I don't like them. No. And then, you know what? If they pass the siblings, okay, let's get around my friends. Let's see.
Yes. There's this one dude. There was this one particular dude. I forgot what his name was. I walked in. I asked her who was she on the phone with, and then he was super quiet. I was like, hello? And then I forgot what she said. It was something because she went to go take a shower, and then she said talk to him for a little bit. I was like, okay. So he's talking. I didn't like how he talked. I didn't like the vibe was off, and mind you, I knew it before she knew it because she was like, oh, it's just this, and this. Mind you, those 2 was off. This man was in the military or something, whatever he was doing. Yeah. And then come to find out a couple weeks later, he said he got a ring for her. He posted on Instagram about some
ring.
It was somebody else's. I was like, I knew something was wrong with him. Yeah. I knew it.
And it's
so that from the jump.
Because for me, I'm just he just probably not used to this, and then stuff started drifting down, and she every single time that she was on the phone, she was like, put your phone on me. And I'm like, yes, I don't like him. Hang up the phone on him. Say you got other stuff to do. I'm like, that's what I was saying.
See, that's what I'm afraid of as a dad right there. See, it's that right there that I'm afraid of, because I wouldn't know. I have a hard time when my daughter trip and fall and cry. When she comes
that's our experience. You can't take that experience away from us. Let us be like, okay, wow, I just had a heartbreak. how do I put my pieces back together? What stuff that I value? What stuff that I want in a relationship? That's our experience. Don't take that experience away from us.
I would say get into it enough to where in case something happens where she's like having a really hard time with this, like having mental breakdowns, mental issues about this dude, and then stuff is coming out where she's starting to get like her emotions is going downhill, then that's when you step in, and then that's when you comfort. That's when you be the dad, the loving dad that she needs, the man that she she grew up
always
with.
Be the loving dad. But sometimes
she don't. Sometimes she needs to experience it, but then when it gets too much for her, that's when you step in. You be like, hey, let's go do this. Let's go do that. Let's take your mind off of it. Let's go do something to bring that smile back in your face. Let's do something so you won't be sitting all in the room all mopey, listening to sad songs under the covers. Yeah.
But that's like again, like don't take that experience away from us, because it's gonna be some times where like it's be times I look back on all my past relationships, I'm like, that is so funny, like that's so funny. Why would I do that to myself? I'd be like, you that stupid, right? Like it's like when we learn past relationships, not only does it grow us as a woman, but it's like, okay, like I love myself so much that I would never put myself in that predicament again. Like I would never put myself in that relationship again to set myself up for failure. Because at the end of the day, I don't know how some dudes are. They pass themselves up like, okay, cool, like done, on to the next female. But then for us, it's like, dang, like now we gotta slowly but surely be like, okay, we gotta start this over again. What do we like? What do we actually like? Not what we lust after. What do we like? What do we love? Not just like, it's just like I want to actually. That's why, like, one thing for me when I'm looking for a dude is like, does he have that emotional side? Because I don't like a dude that's so wall barrier. Like, don't be so, yeah, okay, cool.
Like it's something bothering to be able to speak about it.
Exactly. Speak, talk to me. Just not be like, okay, just don't brush under the rug. Like, if we're having a genuine conversation, carry that conversation. Don't be so closed out and dismiss the conversation.
But you can't really blame them. You can't really blame them for that, because like, hey, I be saying boys is like the unemotional stuff. That is like me. Like, I'm like the female version of that. Like, I feel like I don't want you to see that vulnerable side of me, because then that's just like a sign of weakness. And I'm not a weak person. Yeah. So I don't do the whole emotion. I don't do that. It's just a person thing. Like, it's gonna take patience with that, because like that's why I'm waiting, because I'm already knowing that I'm not trying to like go through that. Oh, I gotta show you my vulnerable side, then just for you to crush it and then do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's for that. That's just gonna have to take time with the emotional part.
And I totally get that, because that was once upon a time I was just strictly emotional. Then when I moved in with my dad, I was like, okay, I got the most like strictly emotional from my mom, and then I got the tough love from my dad. Trust and believe, I used to be like, okay, Ann, you got money, and what? I got money too. And then it took one person to be like, hey, yo, you don't have to be so hard aggressive on me. Like, you can chill. Like, I'm not going to break you so easily. And that's the relationship I'm in today. Like, it's like I don't have to be so like, we don't have to always top each other. Like, it's like, okay, cool. Like, I'm chill. Okay, I see what we're doing. Like, okay, we don't gotta compete. But okay, cool. Like,
you, Jada, and Liana said something all the same throughout this thing, where it's so with this generation, your generation, and the generations to come. I've heard y'all say like I'm like dudes now, where I might be the closed down one, or like I might have 1, 2, 3 on the side. Like, I've heard y'all say that. So with this generation, like, what's the transition? Why is it like, first and foremost, it's wrong to have, if you dating somebody, from my perspective, that's the person you're supposed to focus on. That's how I was raised up. Now, my own, well, certain, I mean, but that's like what I've heard a lot of females say, we just gonna start doing what these dudes do to us 2020, right? or whatever, where it's like y'all got 5 on the side, so I got 5 on the side. You know what I mean? So like what
And
with
it's
this
not
generation?
necessarily like, because it's like,
Oh,
okay, so when we're saying that, it's like, okay, cool. If we haven't had like an actual conversation to be like, okay, we're in a relationship, we're only focused on each other, then, oh yeah, I can talk to so and so people, and you can talk to so and so people. That's totally different. Certain people, that's what I think like a lot of people are like confused about. Like, no, if we're saying we're in a relationship, we're in a relationship. That don't mean you talk to Stephanie, and you don't mean you talk to Rebecca on the side. No, you're talking to me. You're not talking to those two. No, you're talking to me and you. Now, if you're saying, oh yeah, you could talk to anybody else you want to. Okay, cool. Don't get mad if I'm saying, hold on, Derek's calling me. Don't get mad if I'm saying, oh, hold on, Joshua's calling me. Because you already said we're not in a relationship. So since we're not in a relationship, do not get mad about who else is on my phone.
woof. Sheesh. Well, first off, these conversations we done ran way over time. So
I know. We gotta do a part 2.
there we go. So let me say, next week I want to bring all of y'all back for a part 2 because I love hearing and fellas, don't worry, I got y'all too, for real. Like I ain't gonna just let them eat us up without letting y'all get y'all input too. But y'all know these ladies right here. I couldn't bring all the guys on the show with y'all because y'all would eat them up. But I definitely would love. I want us to do a part 2 to this because as a dad, you all, even as a pastor, as I work with you guys over the years and watch you grow and so forth and so on, you guys teach a lot of lessons to me so that every generation that follows you, I get better. So like just hearing, make sure that from me as a dad to my daughter, I always make sure that she's able to be open with me and know that she can come to me. That's something that I'll make sure that I'm always doing, which I think uh, every parent would say to their kids, you can do that anyway. But basically what y'all are telling me is I have to make sure that she feels that all the time. Even with thinking about her futuristically dating, being open because it's going to happen. I know that. Now, is it gonna suck for me? Am I gonna have to fight? Absolutely. But hearing y'all being open to that and allowing y'all to make the mistakes, learn from it, but know that I'm there as a dad, always and walking with you through it. But and then even between now and then from y'all, make sure that I am showing my daughter what it looks like to be a man and so forth and so on. So I love just hearing that from y'all without no pressure, nothing like that, because that just lets me know how to become a better father for my daughter. And that's one of the things that I've had to do for my son. I've had to learn how to apologize to my son if daddy was wrong. I've had to learn how to allow him to be free to speak and stuff like that. And one of the things when I apologized to my son one day was, look, daddy don't know how to do this, bro. Like I didn't have I had a lot of male figures, but I didn't have the one that I wanted. And so, but I cannot also discredit all of the males who have taught me over the years and so forth and so on. But I've had to tell my son and even my baby girl, like, and she only 2, like, ooh, daddy, sorry, girl. And I'm still learning just like you learning, you know what I mean? But hearing you all, especially you 4 who I respect, you guys, I value you. Like I've heard and even had the opportunity to watch y'all just do and become the amazing women that y'all are becoming. But even now I get to be a part of the process when you all transition. Like I respect your words. I respect what you say because you guys have just really you've created yourselves to be on a certain level, And I know y'all ain't gonna take no mess, and I know y'all not gonna, you know, if you do fall and make mistakes, I've seen y'all correct it instantly. So that's how much I respect y'all's. And even hearing you today, it just makes me shift as a dad, as a pastor, to be better for, you know, the female students that are in our ministry, and even my own daughter, nieces, and stuff like that. So I really appreciate y'all. So that means I gotta have a part 2 to this, because I still got so many questions for y'all. So same time next week. Y'all been watching No Cap. Y'all already know these ladies right here, man. They ain't nothing to say. They this is just what they do, man. And so futuristically, y'all better be on the lookout because they get ready to take over the world, man. So I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all are super dope. Same time next week, we gonna have Liana, Mia, Maya, Jada. Hey, I got more questions that need answers, fellas. I'm gonna hold us down. I ain't gonna let them beat us up too bad. But I got more questions that need answers, man. This No Cap You Chat. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.